One summer moment can change a child's life. Through Toys for Tots Give and Go initiative, your support provides books, games, toys, and outdoor adventures that spark curiosity, creativity, and a love of nature. Whether it's fishing, learning a new sport, reading under a tree, or playing with friends, these moments build confidence and lifelong memories. For too many children, those moments never come. You can help change that this summer. Visit toysfortots.org. Toys for Tots, delivering hope beyond the holidays.
Listen, all you New Yorkers. Taxi!
Okay, man, we're looking around.
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
In the last 45 minutes or so, the strikes have begun. U.S. against Iran. This in retaliation for the downing of a U.S. helicopter by Iran. Two service members that were aboard that Apache helicopter are safe and sound. They were patrolling the Strait of Hormuz. And of course, this is supposed to be a ceasefire. And yet again, Iran violating it. And President Trump saying they will pay. Well, joining us now is Victoria Coates, former Deputy National Security Advisor. Victoria, things are getting very heated there over in that part of the world. Where do you think things are going to go from here? And what do you think President Trump should be hitting? We don't know yet what he's targeting, but CENTCOM said we are firing right now on Iran.
Yeah, this is a sort of exciting evening, and we know very little. I just want to be clear with your listeners, Rita, that CENTCOM, the president 5 hours ago said there's going to be a price to pay. The Iranians, it seems to me, read the New York Times. They read these reports that say things like the president's not going to, go back to kinetic action unless Americans are actually killed. Well, they could have killed those two pilots, last night. It was by, the skill of our actual AI people who went in with a sardonic, wonderful company out of Texas, a unmanned water drone, essentially. So it's a boat that doesn't have any crew, but it's being controlled remotely to go in and rescue those pilots. But even so, I never heard the president say that. I never heard him say he was taking military action off the table absent that event. And so, the Iranians read that. They thought they had some impunity. He pointed out to them that, no, you don't. And we're going to go back in. And 20 minutes ago, CENTCOM said, we're executing. So we'll see what they strike. I think the Israeli strike on the petrochemicals plant was important because that's the kind of infrastructure that has dual use for military and civilian use purposes that the Iranians were hoping to use to rebuild their economy after the war. I would say my recommendation would be to go after that kind of facility to just both show them what we can do that they're powerless against and ruin any hopes they have for economic rebuilding.
Yeah, I agree. I think they need to hit them hard. Judge Weinberg.
I couldn't agree with you more, Victoria. Listen, they're going to keep doing this and doing this and doing this. We were talking to General Keane a couple of minutes ago. The strategy is delay, delay, delay. You have to hit them hard. If you just have a one-off response. So if tonight just consists of a one-off response and you hit them a little bit and then you go back to your so-called negotiations, you've really accomplished nothing. You have to hit them where they can really be hit. And that's in their infrastructure, in terms of supporting their economy, their oil capacity, whether you're knocking out their ports, whether you do something about seizing or destroying cargo. We have to do something. Otherwise, this can go on in perpetuity. Your thoughts?
No, I think you're right, Judge, and I have all confidence in President Trump, who is the most reluctant man to use military force until he isn't, at which point he does not use the United States military to send messages. They are not a post office. Those are our precious young and men and women, the best amongst us who have volunteered to defend us. He's not going to put them in harm's way to, as I said, send a message. I think he's going to do a very powerful strike. It may be something along the lines of Midnight Hammer, which was, a demonstration of a capability they didn't know we had. But when it was done, he put an end to it. So I think it probably will be targeted and surgical to things he likes a lot. But also, like the Soleimani strike, I'd layer that one on too, highly effective and puts them back on their heels.
I think we're going to know in a few hours, Victoria. Because President Trump has sort of kept us all posted every step of the way. He said retaliation's coming. Then CENTCOM puts out this announcement less than an hour ago, says we have begun our strikes in Iran. I tend to think we're going to get an update later on. And I think it's going to be forceful because President Trump's response is forceful and he is fed up.
Oh, absolutely. And also, I think that transparency you're pointing to, Rita, is really important because there's so much leaking going on. People who are on phone calls who should know better, who shouldn't repeat things, to Axios every 15 minutes, trying to put wedges between the United States and Israel. I think the president's strategy of directly updating the American people and then having elements like CENTCOM, Secretary of Defense, the Secretary of State come out and update the American people. Folks don't have an excuse for getting this wrong. They're telling us in real time what they are doing. And if we choose not to believe them and to believe, the failing legacy media and not reporting like yours and this show and the kind of discussions we have, there's nothing I can do about that. But the president's doing what he needs to do to get the message out there.
Yeah, 100%. Well, Victoria, please keep us posted. As you get details, we can think of nobody better than you. That's why we went to you in this breaking news, and we're so glad to have you, Victoria. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Great talking to you guys.
Thank you, Victoria.
Thank you so much.
On the biggest stage in the world, FanDuel is changing the game because sometimes your player gets subbed off and your bet goes with them. Not anymore. With FanDuel Super Sub, if your player's subbed out, your bet stays in. That's right. If your player leaves a match, your bet continues on with the substitute. So you're still in it until the final whistle. Visit FanDuel.com. Get started now. Let there be goals this summer on FanDuel.
21 plus select states for Kansas in affiliation with Kansas Star Casino. 18 plus DCKYWY. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 1-800-MY-RESET. 888-789-7777. Visit ccpg.org/chat. Connecticut. Visit mdgamblinghelp.org. Maryland. Visit gamblinghelplinema.org. Call 800-327-5050. Massachusetts. Call 877-8-HOPE-NY. Text HOPE-NY in New York. Call 877-770-7867. Louisiana.
Visit FanDuel.com. Get started now. Let there be goals this summer on FanDuel.